Hey guys, and welcome to a new series on my channel. Recently I asked you guys whether or not you'd be interested in seeing a palette a day series. A couple of you did say you'd be interested in seeing that series testing all of the indie brand eyeshadow palettes that I have in my collection, and these are brand new to me. I made it kind of a mission in my personal life to support more independent brands and get more into indie eyeshadow brands. So I have been hauling a bunch. I've got a bunch of different indie brand haul shadow videos on my channel. I think there's 4 installments, and I will be trying to link those in the description box in case you guys are interested in checking them out and you haven't already. But I have 45 palettes that I have not tested, I have not put on my eyes. I have swatched most of these in the haul video, but in these videos I am going to fully swatch all of the palettes before we do one look. Not all of these palettes are still available. I noticed that after hauling them, some of them sell out. That's how indie brand shadows go. But in case some of them do come back in stock, and in case you guys have these palettes in your current collection and are interested in seeing a look, I am going to include all of the palettes that I hauled, regardless of whether or not they are still available. I am just picking the palettes that are really calling to me the day that I come up here to film these videos. And if you are interested in me doing a look with any one of those next, please leave it in the comments below. If you guys aren't currently subscribed, I'd love to see you subscribe. You guys, let's get into it. Hey guys, welcome into another palette a day video. Today we're going to be doing the Strange and Unusual palette from bellabeautébar. This is a palette that was sold out for a while and I had my eye on it when I first discovered bellabeautébar. So I picked this up much later than trying the formula. I do have a discount code with bellabeautébar. It is KARIM. I will have it listed in my affiliate discount codes in the description box in case you guys are interested in checking anything out. You do save 10% off. I am still doing like the spooky themed palettes, and I feel like this one still fits because it's Beetlejuice plus Beetlejuice 2 just came out. Beetlejuice was a movie that, did I just say it 3 times? I did. Okay. No, I'm good. I'm good. Anyway, it's a movie that I watched over and over and over and over as a kid. And I rewatched it as an adult, and I gotta say, like, there's some inappropriate parts, you know? I'm not sure I would, like, let a 7, 8-year-old watch it. But maybe I would. It is an eyeshadow and pressed pigment formula, and there are only 5 different mattes in here of a 15-pan palette. I am sorry, there is someone outside working right now, which I think you can kind of hear. So it's kind of a limiting color story with the mattes, I think, but the one thing that she does do is throw a black in here. It's a sparkly black, but it's still a black matte, so that some of these other shades you can pair with it. Like if you just wanted to use this red with this shimmer up here or the shimmer right here, you can kind of throw this in the transition and still deepen the outer corner. So it has a lot of nice things about it, but I think again, it's pretty limiting. You're gonna get 3 different color mattes. It goes really light to really dark, and it's got a ton of different shimmer formulas. So this is still available. It is a pricier palette. It does retail for $72. I think it's one of my priciest palettes from bellabeautébar. This packaging was updated, so it is now magnetic, so you can take these out and move these particular shades around. So it does say that there are 4 multi-chromes, 1 iridescent multi-chrome, which is this white one over here, 4 duochromes, 3 luxe mattes, and 1 matte sparkle, which is that black shade. As you guys know, we do swatch this whole thing out and then we do one look. I already know what I'm gonna do today, and I'm hoping it comes out nice. Let's get to swatching. All right, this first white matte shade is Barbara, which I always thought was a terrible name for like the main character, Gina Davis's character. I'm guessing this bright green one is a pressed pigment because it's kind of chunky. It was falling apart. There was a lot of kickback in the pan. There, I kind of rubbed it out. I like that it has like a bright neon shade. You can do some fun things with this palette, I think. Not neutral though. This foresty green is Betelgeuse. There it is there. Kind of a more desaturated shade. This first shimmer shade is Delia. Accidentally touched the mattes. Ooh, really pretty. This one's a little bit more on the chunky side. You gotta kind of rub it out. I think this is a duochrome. I don't think this is a multi-chrome. I'm pretty sure I can tell which ones the multi-chromes are. They're really flippy in the pan. Here is Juno, which is like a bright orange shimmer shade. Forget who Juno is. They're Caseworker. Here's the translucent multi-chrome. It's Sandworm is the shade. It's pretty for inner corner, not too chunky, but not a base on it really. It's either this shimmer or the next shimmer that I feel like we're gonna end up using. Afterlife is this one. That movie was so tragic, quite honestly. Ooh, look at Afterlife. Isn't that pretty? It's like a mermaidy shade. Okay. It's kind of one of my favorite shaded shimmers, that like green to purple flip. But yeah, it was so tragic. They were like loving their house that they were living in, and I feel like they were, you know, kidless and happy and quaint little life, and they literally go off a bridge and die. Like, what were the writers thinking? Like, it's so freaking terrible. You get like 5 seconds of them being alive. All right, Lost Souls is the next one, which is another multi-chrome, I'm pretty sure, which is like a green, yellow, even kind of pink flip. There it is there. That one's pretty smooth, not very chunky like the other one in Afterlife. That was definitely a chunkier shade. Ooh, it's even like orange. It's not focusing at all today. This next one is a purple matte. It's Beetlejuice. Ooh, I like the way that's swatched. We all know this guy. This was the Witch Doctor. This one I think is also a multi-chrome too. It's like red and orange. That one's also like a really soft shimmer. Actually, that might be a duochrome on that one, but it's pretty. The iconic Witch Doctor. Miss Argentina, look how foily that one is. Chunky blue. You know, which is funny. Did she have blue hair? Like, I feel like Miss Argentina should have been green. Wasn't she green with red hair? It was so weird that all those people were like different, where Barbara and Adam, they just looked normal. I have to watch Beetlejuice too. All right, Bio Exorcist is definitely a multi-chrome shade. This one is super soft too, also not foily or chunky. It's like a purple to blue. It's really pretty. It's like a deep based one though, like a black based shimmer. I think we're gonna end up doing Lost Souls, this one right here, because it's so pretty. It's gonna match the look we're gonna do with the mattes. And here's Adam, which is the black matte with sparkles in it. You can really see the sparkles quite a bit. I don't know how they'll translate to the eyes, but you can see them really well in the pan and both on my finger. Actually, look, you can see it quite a bit on the swatch. And that's like a super deep matte, super deep black. All right, I think this one's a multi-chrome too. This one is Tombstone. It's also super tacky and thin. It's a black based purple. I personally like it, but it's super similar to Bio Exorcist once you swatch it out. I mean, this is like a blue flip to it, but like once it's swatched, it doesn't look too different. All right, and then Lydia is the bright red matte shade, which I totally understand because this palette is themed too. So you kind of had to do some shades that were gonna be similar to the character or made sense for the character. And so like, I'm sure that influenced the color story. And Lydia, definitely black or red was Lydia's style. I'm pretty sure we're gonna end up using this shimmer right here because I thought about using the one before it, but I don't know. I would rather use this one if I was gonna use this burgundy matte shade, and I don't want to. I do a lot of like burgundy looks, so I'm gonna do something a little bit different this time with the greens. All right, let's get into it. I'm gonna take this look pretty high above the crease. I'm gonna take Recently Deceased, then I'm gonna fade it into Beetlejuice, I'm gonna fade it into Adam, and then I told you guys we're using Lost Souls as the shimmer, but I might keep the shimmer pretty close to the lid and not too high above. I'm a little scared of these shades and how pigmented they're gonna be. So I'm gonna take this, like I'm fading these colors in together, and I'm not concerned where it's going on the lid because I mostly want it high. All right, now I'm switching brushes and I'm going into Beetlejuice, but it's still a really fluffy brush. And I'm fading these two colors in together. It mostly matters up top. It doesn't matter down below. I have to lay this one on, I think, pretty heavily. I'm gonna take it all the way through the middle part of the lid, or eye, upper lid, not lid. I'm switching brushes again, and I'm going into Adam, the black shade, to deepen up the outer corner out here. I barely tapped the brush in. I really just wanna like build this shade, although it is gonna go in the lower part of the lid. Okay, I'm deepening up the bottom part of the lower lash line. I do have to fade it up here into the other green. Do I like it? I think I do. I don't think I'm gonna blend anymore. I'm going to take a packer brush, like a shimmer packer brush, and I'm gonna spray it to go into the shimmer. Want to primarily keep it on the lid and not take it too high. So we're going into Lost Souls, which was that green multi-chrome, with the wet brush, and I'm going to lay it just on the lid. Again, not above the crease. It's picking up really nicely with just a wet brush. This one's a smooth shimmer though. It's not chunky at all. Look at that reflection. Orange to green. Okay, good. Good. I'm gonna go back into that brush with nothing on it for the black shade and marry these two together. I'm going to cut out my edge here. Okay, that's perfect. That's literally what I want. I think I'm gonna add that translucent shade in the inner corner because it flips blue to green. And I think that would look really pretty. Plus it's like a really flat multi-chrome. It's not too sparkly. So we'll do that at the end. I'm gonna do literally the same thing to the other eye. I kind of like it, you guys. It's kind of crazy. A little bit different than what I normally do. Now let's go do the rest of my makeup. We'll be right back. We'll finish the eyes. I actually decided not to do lashes today and just throw on some mascara. So let's do the lower lash line. Let's go into one of my multi-chrome liners. This is a Supernova multi-chrome gel liner from Moira Beauty in Phoenix. I just broke the tip. That's amazing. This one is like a shifty minty green color. And I thought it would look good in the waterline, like brightening it up down here. Although usually I like to do something a little bit deeper in the waterline when I deepen up the outer corner. And I rarely use these lighter multi-chrome liners, but they're so cool. Ooh, it's pretty. It's like a flippy kind of orange. I think it just brightened up the waterline. That's all it really did. All right, I'm gonna start with Recently Deceased, which is this color in the inner part right here. And I'm going to take it on like the inner part, I guess, of the lower lash line, just like that. I'm just kind of using like a flat tipped brush a little bit, and I just want to take it half of the way. I'm gonna wipe it off, take that same brush, and I'm going back into that very black shade in Adam, and I'm gonna go the other rest of the way. I'm trying to go pretty tight to the lash line. I did it pretty dark though. Now I'm gonna take a pretty fluffy brush and blend these two together, smoke it out a bit, and same thing on the other eye. You guys, I think that looks so good. I'm gonna take that same mascara and go to the lower lash line. And the very final step is I'm taking Sandworm, which is that translucent duochrome shade, which is right here, and I'm gonna go into the inner corner. I am kind of regretting doing that lighter multi-chrome in the waterline because I don't know, I kind of think it makes my eyes look a little bit droopy. Ooh, see how much that shifts green? That's perfect. It's a little bit more sparkly than I was hoping for though. It's the only thing. And that's the completed look. I don't hate the lower lash line being lighter. I kind of feel like my eyes are a little bit smaller. I don't know. It just makes it look a little bit droopy, but for a lot of people, the lighter lower lash line looks good for me personally. I wish I hadn't done that. But aside from that, I really liked this palette. I went for the greens and the black. I only used 3 of the matte shades, but I told you guys the things that you can do with this are you can pair these two together, or you can pair these two together. I'm having a hard time pointing and showing you these two right here, and then bring in one of the other shimmers. This purple would look great with that shimmer, with this one, with this one. It would even look good with this Afterlife, which shifts like a purple to green kind of, you know, it's like almost even silver looking. And then this red one you can use with either one of these shimmers. It's nice to have a white if you like to go really light. Again, there's like a lot of things that you can actually do with this, even though there's only 5 mattes. The quality was just fabulous. Like the way that everything went together was special. Like, I loved fading everything in. It's a crazy look. I think it's a little bit different than what I normally do because I usually don't take a matte so far into the inner corner and then fade it out. Anyway, I thought that this was great. I think that the quality of Bella Beautébar is this. This is the quality that I normally see from her that just is super exciting. And again, even though it's mostly bright color story, there's still a lot of things you can do, like taking in other mattes, and you can probably even make somewhat of a neutral look, you know, if you're just using like a black kind of in the lower part of the outer corner and then taking like a shimmer predominantly on the lid. Like I can see myself using this palette for a variety of different things. And you have options for multi-chromes, for duochromes. You have that one translucent multi-chrome. And then, yeah, there's a lot of stuff, I think. It is $72, but again, it's a magnetic palette. You've got quite a few number of multi-chromes, 5 in total, including the one that is translucent, and then 4 duochromes. I think there's quite enough here, like in the shifty shades, to justify a higher price point, where sometimes it's a higher price point and there's no multi-chromes or no duochromes. Talking to you on Earthly Cosmetics. Anyway, you guys, if you are interested in this palette, it is still available. Don't forget my discount code. It is listed in the description box. Again, it is just Carrie Megan, and I think it's like all one word for 10% off anything or all of your purchase altogether. I really enjoyed this look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm out of here for today, you guys. And if you guys are not currently subscribed, but you are loving this series, I would love for you to hit that subscribe button so you can stick around. I have one more, like I said before, spooky themed palette to go, and then the rest of them, I think there's like 6 or 7 palettes that are more fall themed. So we're going to be doing them through the end of November, probably take me into the early part of December, and then we're moving on to like winter themed palettes. So I hope you guys stay tuned for that. I'm out of here, and I hope to catch y'all in my next one. Bye guys.